Talk Utah. I'm Holly Love, and with me today is the inimitable Trip Mitchell.
You know, when you pull the thesaurus out before we start the show, I know something.
I don't even need a thesaurus. I have Chris.
You don't need a what?
Thesaurus.
Better that time.
Yes,
you do
have.
have.
What did I say the first time?
You kind of missed out a little bit.
No,
There's another word that kind of sounds like thesaurus that you mentioned.
I don't know what word that is.
That's close to thesaurus. So that is the proper pronunciation. But anyway, I appreciate you being a wordsmith.
It's true. I'm trying to come up with as many words for mischievous as I can.
Well, do you honestly think I'm mischievous?
Pretty much.
Do you honestly think I have a black heart and figure out any way to get you?
Mischievous doesn't mean black heart.
Playing tricks on you does give me...
You do, and everybody and anybody, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, playing tricks. You played a trick on me last week, which we won't get into because it's a little risque, but I'm very upset at you.
What did I do?
You planted materials in my briefcase that would not be G-rated, put it that way.
I've never even seen your briefcase. Is it like that suitcase thing you roll around?
You've seen it, and you placed materials in there that you shouldn't have placed in.
I actually wish I did. I swear I didn't. I swear. Practical
joking can lead to increased practical jokes, which can lead to monumental practical jokes. And you have started this.
Wow. Honestly, I would like to take credit for this because it's such a good joke, but it really wasn't me. Okay, so we have a really good show today, though.
We do. Rich Bonaducci.
Rich Bonaducci is going to come on. He is going to be talking movies, but before Rich gets here, we've got Farrell Lafferty from Crowdsurfing. Our executive producer, Bill Francis, has been doing a show for a number of years, like 8 years, 9 years, called Crowdsurfing. You and I have had an opportunity to go out and do some fun things.
Farrell is just one of the most unique people you're ever going to want to meet, and I'm excited to do it, and we're going to get a chance to meet him. Yep. But next, news you can use. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. All right, Trip Mitchell, we have some good news you can use. Mr. Romney is coming back to Utah.
Well, ironically enough, he has never lived here, with the exception of prior to the 2002 Olympics. He was brought in to turn everything around, and he did an amazing job. He saved the Olympics. Utah Olympics in 2002 were wonderful.
But he has a house in Park City. He's always had a house up there.
Up in Deer Valley, and he originally lived went to school at Harvard, and lived in Massachusetts, and was governor of Massachusetts. Also has a place in California with a car elevator. We won't get into that. But just on a whim, he and his wife bought a house, and are building it up in Holiday.
Okay.
And it'll be great to have Mitt Romney here. And I watched the movie that they did about him that premiered in Sundance, and it gives you a complete different impression. Because... So? I mean, he's genuinely a really, really nice guy. And sometimes in the veil of politics, that niceness gets washed away. I mean, if you've got the spirit to run for president, you have to put up with a lot of slings and arrows and daggers.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
he seems like he would be a genuinely really nice guy. So I'm glad that movie did that. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about, I guess it's a Mormon day on the show because we're talking Mormon temples. They are announcing more Mormon temples are being built all over the world right now. We've got 143 operating temples and 27 that are either under construction or going to be built soon to come. And
you know a little bit about this in that your brother is one of the architects for all the temples. He works for the church.
He's been doing this for a very long time. It's been his whole career.
Was he the one who put the shag carpets in?
You saying that will make his day. He's the one lighting them on fire on the side and then calling 911 pretending it was arson. No, his whole thing is classic design and having temples go up and actually represent the culture that they're in. He's had a huge movement. It's kind of been his career goal all throughout his career. He's the director of design of all temples. He oversees, I have to look because seriously, I don't even know his own title.
He's only been your brother for 30 years.
I know. He oversees all interior architecture, interior design of all temples. Anyway, he's a bigwig over there. And
you know what I like about temples? At night. I
love
lovely. How they light them up, and it's kind of as I drive around, it's fun to have that visual representation of where the temples are. Your progress on I-15 and
the Ogden Temple just makes that little downtown area of Ogden just wow.
But lighting buildings at night is very cool.
Yeah.
And I'm old enough to remember during the energy crisis they didn't do that. And it's different. I just love to see buildings lit up at night. You can use different colors for different things, and the temples are just beautiful, beautiful buildings.
Buildings lit up at night makes Trip Mitchell happy. That's all we got to do. Who knew?
High school stadiums lit at night too is pretty great.
Yeah,
Friday Night Lights.
Make your heart sing a little bit.
It does, just a little bit.
All right,
we come back.
Farrell
Lafferty.
House.
Yeah, Farrell is unique. He's one of a kind, and he's completely crazy. And you're going to get a chance to learn a little bit more about him after this short break. Holly Love, Trip Mitchell, you're watching Talk Utah. And we're back on Talk Utah. Trip Mitchell and my guest, Farrell Lafferty. And for those of you at home who wonder if it takes good looks, talent, brains, humor to be on TV, Farrell's an indicator that you need a little bit of every one of those things.
Not much, fortunately for me.
You make your living going out and asking people goofy questions and having fun with it.
You know, the best part about that show is it's not scripted, it's nothing. Bill turns the camera on and gives me a microphone and says, go talk to him. Honestly, people will tell me, what are you gonna ask me about? I don't know. I have no idea.
No, having worked with you, I know that thought is not a big part of what you do, but it works. You have just that goofy guy next door persona down to a science, and it will shock some of our viewers to realize that he's a professor of English and Egyptian arts at the University of Utah and a distinguished associate professor at Harvard.
You know, I've never been into a college.
For those of you watching this interview, that's going to be a shock.
Online courses.
But you were actually an engineer up at Hillfield in your day job.
Yeah, I work at Hill Air Force Base.
So you have but how did you get into this? Crowd surfing is such a weird, eclectic show. How did you get into it in the first place?
I was flipping through the channels one night.
Thank you, by the way, for dressing up for the show today.
Well, I didn't know I was supposed to dress up. I got a buddy who owns a tuck shop. I could have come and wore that. I mean.
Well, you in a tux would be like rearranging the deck chairs in the Titanic. I think not really the best use of time.
Yeah, well.
No, but thank you, though. But that hat looks very good with your outfit.
That's Hayes Carl. You know who Hayes Carl is?
I do not.
Look him up, you'll love him. Anyway, back to the story. I was flipping through the channels one night watching TV, and I saw somebody was doing something in Ogden. I think it was when the Junction first opened up there in downtown Ogden. And I was telling a guy that I work with, I was like, there's this guy on TV, and he's asking people questions, and he's trying to be funny, but I think I'm funnier than him. I think I could do the show. And so the kid tells me, well, you really think you can do that? And I was like, of course I could. Long story short, this kid that I work with is Bill Francis's son's best friend. And so next thing I know, the first show I ever did was a Demolition Derby show. They stuck me out there and said, go for it.
Well, you and Demolition Derby is one of your passions. We don't share that passion. That being said, that was the longest night of my life up there.
That was so much fun.
But you and Holly did a wonderful job, and it's fun watching you. Now, you're seen on about 3 or 4 different channels. So 19.1, 19.6 right here on KPDR. You're on channel 6 and 17 on Comcast.
Yes.
You were taking over media.
Well, I'm like Howard Stern, but not as tall or good looking, right?
I couldn't say it any better. That's Farrell Lafferty. When we come back, we've got more of Talk Utah. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Okay, Trip and I are playing a little musical chairs because, of course, I have to interview the infamous Farrell Lafferty. You can't leave here and not talk to me, right?
Of course not.
Because you're usually in control of me, dragging me around with crowd surfing, and so finally, I'm in the driver's seat.
I was gonna say it's so odd to be like sitting here. And
does it feel a little weird?
Yeah, lights. I'm a little in my element.
Yeah, it was really fun to hear how you got started with crowd surfing. That's really cool.
Yes,
Bill,
I have a big mouth and I run a lot.
Well, it worked for you, and Bill is one of our executive producers on the show, and so he does crowd surfing, and then we got hooked up with you guys, the crowd surfing crew, and that has been so much fun to go out and hit these events and check things out. So now, October for crowd surfing, you guys have a really full schedule. Mm-hmm. So if people want to get out there and come and talk to you in person, you got to hit some of these events. So let's talk a little October pre-gaming, all the stuff that we've got to do this month.
We have Witches Night Out at Garner Village. We have
Farrell, do you not know any dates of what we're doing?
25th of October, I know for sure.
So you came on here to pre-game with me. You have no idea what's happening?
Holly, I've told you, I don't. Bill calls me up and says, Farrell, come do this.
Okay, well, let's see if I can remember what we've got going on. Okay. So we've got Lagoon has a really cool haunted thing happening.
Think Michael Jackson, Holly. Holly!
Hey, Farrell!
What is this?
You got something else this next weekend you're going to try to drag me to?
Lagoon, we've got...
Screamatorium or something?
Yeah, that's a brand new place in Ogden. I don't know if it's scary, if it's not.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty scary.
I think so because they don't want anybody under 8 in there.
Ooh.
So.
Oh no. Okay, and then we have the witches at Gardner Village, which is a really big deal.
Get off me, ladies!
Wow! Before?
Yes, this is like our 10th year, I think.
Oh, that's so awesome. This is my first, so I'm so excited to be here.
It's fun, and it's cool the way Gardner Village is set up. It's like a little village of witches. It's great. It's
and you said that the ladies, they take it like super
serious. They even have a cackling contest.
What's the deal that I heard that they don't like guys there? I mean, guys are welcome to go to the event, but like, it's something about the witch thing. Like, I don't know. I don't get that.
It's kind of like men are like second fiddle there.
Oh,
yeah,
well, so it's a little bit like real life.
I know. I was going to say opposite of real life, but I avoided saying that.
Okay, so that'll be a lot of fun, and then. Well, we've hit up the Castle of Chaos. Those were amazing. Been preparing. I have like my reflexes are cat-like. Oh, he's touching my hair. Okay, why? And then, okay, so the 25th of October, though, we don't want to forget that. Besides all of the haunted houses that you can hit during the month, the 25th is a really big event day. We've got the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Right. Okay, yes. I'm going to host that. I've never been to that before.
You've never seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Mm-mm.
You know, I think the appeal of that is because people throw toast and they spray squirt guns in the air, and it's weird.
There's toast?
Yeah.
Like bread?
Well, you can't have toast without bread.
Well,
like bread.
I didn't know if you were saying toes like your foot or toast like bread. They throw bread?
Toast.
Okay, so that'll be an experience.
And rice and...
This is how we host crowd surfing,
yes.
huh? It was a really good time. Okay, and then the zombie crawl is also on the 25th in Ogden. That's a really big deal.
Actually, you know what? A dirty little secret of mine is I love the zombie crawl. It is my...
Really?
I probably shouldn't say this, but it's my favorite event to go to. It is so much fun.
What happens? Zombies are crawling?
Just because there's so many people and dressed up like zombies, and the costume ideas they come up with, you know, they'll have little kids dragging baby dolls, or they'll have like zombie bicycle riders, or they'll have zombie doctors. They even have an underwear zombie.
An underwear zombie?
Yes, this guy is a zombie in nothing but his tighty whities.
The same guy every year?
Yeah.
He just really decks out. Is it the same underwear
and
every year?
And he's hilarious. I don't know.
I hope
And
not.
he is hilarious.
Really?
Yes.
All right, so I'm really excited to
it's
check
fun.
that out.
I'm telling you, it's fun.
And the umbrella crew will be there. Those crazy guys that are dressed up.
Yeah, it looks like the SWAT team or something.
They're for real. They're legit. They kind of scare me.
They love it.
Like
they really do.
It's a big deal. So, well, I mean, I was telling Trip, I feel like in Utah we really know how to October. You know, LA, I live there. Actually, Halloween is a big deal. West Hollywood, they do it up right. It's really a good time. But I feel like, you know, this whole month we have so much to, you know, get to go out and do and have fun and be scared. So somehow you talked me into going to these haunted houses, Farrell. I don't know how you did. My obligation to the job somehow overrode my senses, because this is like the worst case scenario for me. This is putting me in the worst light possible, because number one, I hit when I'm scared, not hard. I kind of do a little slappy thing. I didn't even really know how much I do it. And then I do swear just a little. I don't know. It's just like I get scared and it just comes out. And anyway, it's a bad thing.
It's fun. They're fun.
All right. Well, we put together a little mashup for you, Farrell. In honor of our haunted house tours, we went to the Castle of Chaos, and we also went out to Albion, Idaho, which was super amazing. Check this out. We start, if I swear, I am sorry. What do you like to do on a Friday night?
What do you call this place?
I just want Daryl to leave.
Dude, do not scare the girl behind me.
I'm Team Edward. Does that matter here?
Happy are they who come to my Sabbath.
Well, simply yes would have been okay. He's killing folks, and you're talking about he's got great bone structure. Good news, Holly Jack the stripper's here. Let's go check him out.
Oh, cool.
The Ripper. Oh, bloody hell. You lot.
No, I love animals. I don't scrapbook. Like chainsaws, Holly.
Why are you... I don't know what's happening.
He just smelled your feet. Oh, what? I didn't even see him.
Why?
This has to be family friendly.
Today, I am doing my best. It could be so much worse.
I like gingers.
My quadriceps are tight.
I have no idea where Holly and Janae are, so I guess I'll have to do this one without him.
He's looking right at us.
I counted at least 6 times that Farrell was screaming like a girl down there.
Farrell, is this where you had your big panic attack where
See?
Terry had to carry you out? No, I'll get scared.
You know how I talked about if you cry?
Yeah?
I hope you cry today.
We want to dance with you.
Oh, I would love to have you disco with Disco Diana.
I am the wizard, yes! So, I'm very excited to have you on the show. How you doing, Moses?
Like a lion, you're going to roar. Are you ready? Oh, yes. Roar.
Our safety word is
I don't know.
banana.
Banana.
And we'll all run.
All right.
We'll send Carrie in to carry out in the fetal position.
Carrie did not carry me out in the fetal position.
I'm sorry that I hit you.
If you weren't hitting me, you was balling up my shirt.
I don't remember doing any of these things. Like, remember Albion when we got stuck in that like meat locker?
A meat locker, yeah.
I didn't know. I think I was holding onto both
No,
me and
you
Janae
were. You know
for,
what?
like dear life.
You were hugging me, and
I know, I'm
I was
so
like,
sorry.
oh, you know what? I need to apologize to Matthew. I had nothing. So
I was hugging Janae too. There's no prejudice when it comes to being scared. You'll hug whoever is there that is breathing and is not scary.
And as you can tell, I'm never scared. You notice that?
Okay, Farrell, you have to watch the tape because actually when you get scared, it's my favorite because you jump and then you just laugh hysterically. It's like the most awesome thing. Okay.
It's fun. You know what?
Fun.
They are scary, but they're so much fun to go to.
I have to admit, you've made it fun. I've never had fun at haunted houses, and you've actually made it a really good time. So thank you for giving me a little exposure to something I probably wouldn't normally do. And anyway, will we come back and chat with us again?
Certainly, anytime.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Okay, it is the day of guests today. I have got Rich Bonaducci. We're going to talk some movies.
Yes.
I'm always so excited to have you here.
Okay, well, we've got 3 of them and not a lot of time, so we'll just get right to it. But I must mention my socks today.
Oh my gosh.
Today's socks are Firefly socks.
Oh my, I know what Firefly is.
No.
Nathan Fillion. His star-making role.
Yes.
He's like a cowboy. He's out there. No, he's saving things. Right?
That is a wonderful synopsis.
There you go.
Yes, okay.
Yes, I'm finally like down with the nerds.
You are down with the brown coats.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Let's get to it.
Okay, here we go. Movies.
The Equalizer.
The Equalizer.
Denzel Washington. Denzel can do anything pretty much.
He pretty much can.
He really can.
He's amazing.
I kind of think he is the Equalizer in this movie because otherwise this movie will be really silly.
Really?
But because he does it, he carries the swagger. He's got a lot of gravitas, and it carries a lot of the movie until the 3rd act where they just went
Who cares?
It's really, I call it Home Depot alone. So
I don't get it.
It gets
I will.
You will. It gets a little bit ridiculous at the end, but up until then, it was a really cool vigilante flick. I personally, it's making a lot of money right now, as Denzel Washington movies do, but I don't think it's one you really need to rush out and see.
Okay, so we can scratch that off of the list. We can wait for it to come out at the Red Box.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Box Trolls.
Kids movie.
A flumie, yes. It's a flumie. It's a film and a movie.
Oh my gosh.
It's actually stop motion animation.
Wow.
It's not typical CGI
Thank you for
stuff.
just like passing through that.
Yeah,
and
we'll
like
just
you
grab
held
that.
it together. I've got the whole crew just like in a puddle on the floor.
Well, you have to invent words
Kids
sometimes.
movie.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Kids
Box
movie.
Trolls.
Box Trolls. Stop motion animation from the folks who brought you Coraline and Paranorman. It's that look. It's not slick CGI.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff that they do. I do think this is one to see. I do think it's going to get a lot of nominations at the end of the year. But know this. It's a little creepy, as their movies are. A little bit scary. And I think a lot of the subtext is going to go over kids' heads. It's a very political movie, actually.
Oh.
And it's very good, but it's not a typical fun Pixar Up kind of. Not only Up, because Up was fun. Up was fun near the end. In the beginning, a little sad.
Yeah.
But I mean an upbeat flick. It's a little
intense.
It's
Heavy.
I think political is the best word for it.
A political kids movie.
Very strange.
See, I can say words. I just have to try a couple of times.
Yeah, it's an interesting sell.
Okay, so would you say go see it?
I would see it, especially in the movie theater. It looks so good. And stay through the credits. Just stay.
Okay. All right, there we go.
Now,
the one we have been trying to hurry for.
Yes.
Here we go.
Here we go. Gone Girl, David Fincher, Ben Affleck, go see it.
That's it.
Rosamund Pike, oh my goodness. I think this is going to be up for multiple nominations for direction, for movie, for music. Trent Reznor, Rosamund Pike, Ben Affleck. Yes, even Tyler Perry is good in it.
Really?
You heard it here first. I know. He's going.
You got Chris the camera guy completely shocked.
There you go. 2 hours and 25 minutes though, so go to the bathroom beforehand because you don't want to walk out during this movie. You don't.
Okay, now tell me a little about the director, really fast, because just for those who don't know.
David Fincher has done, he actually got
7.
He got a start in music videos, but he moved into very stylistic movies. 7, Fight Club, Zodiac, which not a lot of people saw, but is really good. And of course, now Gone Girl, go see it.
Go see it, just like that.
That's it.
Rich, I think you can't, we're like perfect timing. Somehow we did that.
No.
No?
No.
Did we go long? It was my mistake. It was how I couldn't talk. I think it was the Flumie.
The Flumie.
Flumie is the new movie.
We'll call it a Flumie when we go over and we think we're in.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, you're coming back next week?
For more Flumies.
More Flumies next week with Rich. We'll be right back after this. All right, we are back, and it has been a really fun day today. It was a day of guests. All my favorite guests.
You had 2.
I know, but they were really fun.
That's in your whole life, you only have 2 favorite guests, that's it?
Well, just, so far this week.
Holly, you need to get out. You need to, I mean, between Rich and Farrell, you need to have a better class of guests.
I spend most of my days with you. So you better be careful going down this road.
Okay, good point. As compared to me, she had 2 wonderful guests today. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, it's always fun.
For Holly Love, I'm Trip Mitchell. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Talk Utah.